Hi, Jeff. I'm here with Jeff Pulver. You just gave an awesome keynote speech.
Thank you.
I think it was really inspiring for a lot of people. So for people that don't know you, you're an American, you're an entrepreneur,
I
an
am.
internet entrepreneur, and you're also the founder of 100 Character Conference.
This is true. I am. Yes.
So can you tell us a little bit about the conference?
The 140 Character Conference is an event that looks at the effects of the real-time internet on both business and on people, and looks at really the systemic change of how businesses are changing and being affected by the social revolution that's happening in front of us. And so there's not really a business around that I'm aware of that will not be affected by the real-time internet. Some already have. Some will be, and there'll be a lot of people whose companies will be disrupted because they don't realize change has happened. It's like they just don't see it, and like the world's been different now.
Yeah. In fact, I was reading a quote about the conference about Geek Mommy, and she commented that without Twitter, my life would be very different today. So we see a lot of different people that through social media as explore new tasks that they have get new job, and also have help people, because I know you talk about that.
I mean, I believe what's happening is that people are discovering each other and themselves. People are discovering voices they have to be able to affect change, and they have the confidence to do things which they didn't have before. There's something amazing happening right now on the internet where people who are not famous, who are passionate about something, are able to take their passion and run with it, and in many cases make the world a better place and stand up and change the world and do things that just yesterday would have been impossible, and today they're doing it and they're discovering who they really are. And there's a serendipity happening here because people are discovering others where they have nothing in common with each other, but they have everything in common because they're all going through this at the same time. And people are connecting on a soul level. It's sort of like they're feeling the presence of these other people, whether they ever meet them or not. Because, when I'm on Twitter, it's not about reading or writing. When I see someone's tweet, I hear it. And when I share a tweet, I'm speaking. And so for me, there's an immediate translation into a real-time conversation, at least in my mind. And so part of the intimacy that I feel is because I feel like I'm really talking to people. I'm not reading the people. And when we have real-time conversations, it feels very much in the now.
Yeah, and that's why a lot of companies also have problems embracing Twitter, because they, like you talk also about transparency, authenticity, which is, and it's very different than PR.
I mean, let's face it, companies are being affected by this. PR is being affected, but also if you're in the PR business and you represent an actor or an actress, you're being affected too, because all of a sudden actors and actresses can actually go out on their own and have their own platforms where they're directly connecting to their fans. And if you happen to be a major studio that just made a $10 million investment in somebody, you want to own their messaging sometimes. You want to be in control of what's being said, and you can't. And if you're a major corporation, the thing is, everyone who works for that corporation is sort of like an agent. And you really can't, as much as you can't control anyone's email and what's being said by them, you really can't control what's being said by them on the social web. Some very big companies now have policies of what you can tweet about, what you can share. But at the end of the day, we're all people. And at the end of the day, it's like people may live by a code of ethics that define them, religion, define their work, but they're still people. We make mistakes, and we explore stuff, and we learn from our mistakes, and we become maybe better people because we allow ourselves to make mistakes. And so in real life, I think that we're going through a learning process right now because this real-time web is changing all of us. It's affecting us in some ways. And while some people are cynical that a lot of this wastes people time, I'll tell you that there's no waste of time, that we're learning and we're transforming into something else. We're not there yet, but we're starting to see the good in people. We're starting to see what it's like when the world became flat and a billion people can talk to each other at the same time. And a billion people, when there's a crisis, we can all get together and we can help. I mean, we really never had that before. There's caring, but there's real help here, and being able to affect people's lives and actually take words, put them into action, and do stuff. And for me, there's this revolution brewing And it's not a revolution like I've read about in history books, but this is a revolution about me, the people, not we, the people. And when individual me's realize they have this power to affect change, that's one thing. And when these individual me's that have this power connect with each other, the connected me's are unstoppable. And it's just incredible what individual, just ordinary, regular people are doing right now and effectively making the world a better place because of it. And they're also changing business. You know, there's in the States, there's been the rise of the Twitter moms. Like,
Yeah.
well, I mean, like out of the blue, like all of a sudden being a mom matters and
That's
being a
right.
dad matters because all of a sudden your opinion is like a group of people are now like changing opinion for how all these other brands. It's like we've always had moms as far as I know. We may have always had dads, but for some reason it's cool to be a mom because you could share your opinion. So why is that? It's because these rules of engagement have changed and the way companies connect with us has changed too. And I don't think there's any going back to this. And there's just something special that's happening that's enabling all of